Oh dear, the workbench is completely bereft of any projects. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I've not been speaking at all over the last few weeks. In fact, it's been nearly 5 weeks since I last put anything up on YouTube here, so I do apologise for that. But to be honest, there's many things going on at the moment. One of them, I'm having to turn work down for a few reasons. Mainly, I don't know what I've done, but I've done something to my thumb and I can't quite grip, and anytime I move it, it's extraordinarily painful. But also I've turned down a lot of commissions because they are the same thing as, can you build me a police box for next to no money? And while I do try to be as helpful and charitable as I possibly can, I can't constantly build the same projects for no money. That's just a small issue. I'm also looking for a house at the moment, so a lot of my time has been spent with my wife looking at houses, lots of houses all around the area. I mean, we were looking up and down the country, but we've decided to stick with where we are. So we've been looking at lots and lots of houses around here, and there's various reasons as to why we're looking for a house. We're on the rental market as it is, and I'm barreling towards my 50s, and I have nothing to show for it. So I really do need to find a house that I can call my own, and a place, get a place where I can work. I mean, as you all know, this space that I'm working in currently is a conservatory. It's not ideal, and it limits down quite heavily the kind of work that I can do. There is a bit of a dark side to the move. In the last 2 years, we've had a few issues with the area. About 18 months to 2 years ago, there was a murder, literally the next road over. So that's not brilliant. And then about, 4 or 5 weeks ago, there was a stabbing just outside our back garden. So the police were everywhere, were taped off. It was just an absolute nightmare. And then I think 2 weeks ago there was an attempted kidnapping out the front. So yeah, that's another good reason to want to move. So yeah, there's also another reason, but I don't want to go into that. It's a bit, I don't want to say it's personal, but it could change things drastically for PB Props. That's on the horizon, and I can't take on any commissions or do any work because I've got to go at a drop of a hat. So that's another reason. But one thing I would like to talk about, a positive, and that is quite recently, well, I say recently, it was in February, the channel hit 1,000 subscribers, so I was really pleased about that. And since then, I've hit just over 1,200 subscribers, so thank you everyone for that. I really do appreciate that. I never thought I'd even reach 1,000, so that was a pleasant surprise. And as some of you all have noticed, I have monetized the channel. And to give you an idea, since February the 14th, which is when I did monetize the channel, I have earned a staggering £10.40. I never thought that making the channel monetized would bring in the cash. I thought it would be just dribs and drabs, and that's proven to be the point. The reason why I monetized the channel was because I knew how YouTube works, and they're not going to promote it unless they get something out of it, so a bit of cash. So they're taking their little bit of money from me from that, and I don't mind, so long as the channel keeps going. But as I said, at the moment, the channel isn't finished. I'm on a little bit of a hiatus while we try to sort a lot of the personal stuff out. Also, what I've been doing, I received this the other day. My mother kindly got this for me. So it's the latest Tom Baker TARDIS. I've not bothered with the figure inside because he just looks rubbish. And this is not going to be a review, but this is my copy of the TARDIS. I've actually got two. And what do I think? Well, it's just like all the others, just with a slightly different colour, bit of different weathering, and these signs. I mean, I wish they'd left these white on black, or technically white on dark blue. I'm getting bored of these things. I really have to say, I'm getting so bored and fed up with them. Yeah, they're a toy. I'm not expecting them to be high end, but what I do expect is for them not to be knackered. I mean, both of mine, I don't know if you can see this here, this bows out quite considerably, and if I push it, now the reason why this is bowing is because not long after these things are cast and painted up, they package them up, and what they do is they take a piece of plastic strip and they wrap it all the way around this thing, in through the door, behind the doors, and out to try and stop these doors from moving. Problem is, the stuff is so inflexible, it actually forces this out. And of course, if this is relatively new in terms of its casting, it's still what we call green, so you can move it into different positions. And what this does, it actually forces the door out. Now, if I open this door, you can see that's exactly where that little band was. It's forced the door out that way and the post that way. And I really wish character wouldn't do that, because it, to my mind, ruins it. I mean, I don't know how much you can see it, but there's the line just inside there. Look, just there. That's where that post should be. And squeeze, squeeze. So yeah, it's not really a review, but that's just something relatively interesting. I hope to Christ they don't bother releasing any more of these. I think they've milked this one to death. There's not much more you can do with it, and they're never accurate. I mean, this isn't accurate, but it'll do. I suppose it's another Tom Baker TARDIS because people missed them. The figure is absolutely dreadful. I'm not even going to bother opening that. That can go straight in the bin. I don't need that for any reason. I'm just trying to think of other things I can tell you. Well, basically that's it. I know I've whittled on quite a bit here, but the channel is not dead. It's just taking a very small break. I mean, what I may end up doing is doing a bunch of videos where I review things I've already built. I mean, I have several projects in mind where I've got photographs, so I can probably talk you through those things. I've got to start leaving the Doctor Who stuff alone. I've done way too much, and I would like to expand what I do. I've got a few Star Wars things in mind that I'd like to do. I did speak to a chap who runs the YouTube site Toy Polloi, and asked him what he thought, and he basically backed up everything I said. He said there's too much Doctor Who on there. I need to upload more, but obviously to upload means I've got to get the clients in, or I've got to build stuff out of my own pocket, and at the moment that's not exactly possible. But he did suggest that I change my branding very slightly, so I thank him for that. I did sort of heed his word and change the branding very slightly. But I do have a few projects in mind that I would like to do, but as I said, I am at the moment at a bit of a crossroads. I need to sort out the house business, and I need to sort out what's coming up. There is something coming up in the beginning of June. I would dearly love to tell you about it, but I really don't want to jinx it, because I don't want to go, oh, by the way, I'm going to be working at so-and-so, and then for all to fall through. So if you can bear with me for a little while, we'll get there in the end. Alright, well for now, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking by me, and thanks for subscribing, because, yeah, that does warm the old heart. But anyway, I will see you all next time, and thanks very much for watching.